Everybody right now has dreams, don't they, guys? All right, everybody in the NFL, I have a dream of making it in the NFL. I got a dream of winning a Super Bowl. I got a dream of being in a Pro Bowl. I'm really not into dreams anymore, okay? I'm into nightmares.
Going up top, Josh Jacobs. Harwood time, launches for Aguilar, behind the knee for the touchdown. Ball gears it up, separation, pulled in, Henry runs, the speed, touchdown. What a catch by Renfro.
You can beat any fight, anywhere, on any time zone. Just win, baby.
Well, that was strange. Good evening, Raider Nation. It is episode 24 of the Unnamed Raider Show. Welcome back. If you missed me for that half a second, it's been a while since we spoke. We've had a game. Didn't go so good. Yeah. All right, so let us know you're here. Thanks for joining. I saw a couple of keen people joining in. Without further ado, let's start bringing in the crew.
Hey, Phil. Hey, how you doing? You're right.
It's that little bit of kind of like a broken. Oh shit.
Okay, so this is the PS1 version of of the Silver and Black UK show.
Am I really bad tonight?
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all. So, yeah.
Not good.
No, you're frozen now. Uh-oh. Should we bring the bearded one in if he's ready? Is he ready? Oh, no, he's not ready. No,
well, let's bring in the bearded one.
No, he's not ready. Oh, no.
Just in the nick of time, with rice in his teeth and everything. How are we going? How are we, chap?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm in 720, so I'm feeling alive. Are you in 720?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good.
I think so. Oh, he's back.
Ollie, how are you doing?
Oh, I guess I'm in 144.
I was going to say 240, but you keep doing yourself a hard one there.
This is not good.
Okay. Would you like me to go and say hello to everyone if there's anything you need sorting out, or we'll do it anyway? But
I don't even know how I'm going to fix this. Move house. No, go for it. Let's see who's out there.
Okay, right. So we got Clive Knowles was first in and then disappeared off because we were late. Technical difficulties. And then Kenny Blair came in first, technically second. Then we got Clive Knowles back in again. Simon Jordan's in.
Double podium finish. Double podium finish for Clive.
Melinda's in. Matt Berry, evening to everyone who isn't an NFL official. Okay. And I can't read the rest of that comment out. Richard Collins in, and the golden commenter, Dale, is in.
Yes.
Welcome, one and all.
Well, it's group therapy I'm figuring tonight, right?
So good. Tony's got a beautiful, cool lighting going on wherever Tony's. You look like you're in Iceland, like you've just got out of the hot springs.
Yeah, I'm staying over at Skane's house this week.
Right, okay. Who doesn't live in Iceland? Okay.
It's cold and
Or has he moved and not told us?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Silver and Black Reykjavik coming soon.
There you go.
I mean, I liked it. It was a compliment more than anything.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, should we Have I frozen again?
No. I'd planned on actually getting a little shot glass down here so that every time you say rip the band-aid off, you could take a shot. Just take it. No, I've not.
Sure you don't have it? Because let's rip that band-aid off.
All I've got's that. I can't drink that.
To be fair, like I didn't even see that interlude, so I had to guess it was playing because this internet is not loving it tonight. This is going to be a night of technical glitches. Right. Okay. Well, shit. Where do we start? Where do we start on this one? Because I'll open it up because sometimes I've got some rant to go off on. And I think we're going to rant enough later. So should we maybe start on a positive note?
A positive note. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Positive note. Number 8 is the deal. And I'll take back everything I said the week before about this whole we're paying a backup QB more than corners.
Whoa.
Look. That is not my Batman cup.
Look. Marcus played like a champ. With a few errors in there, he played like an absolute champ, stepped up when we needed him to step up. However, and I don't, this is no knock on him because this is exactly what it is. The reason that I had bones with DC is he played like a champ and then he played like a chump.
Mm-hmm.
Now we cannot measure Marcus's abilities because this is 2 different systems, 2 different teams, 2 different supporting casts, 2 very different playbooks. I don't want to measure him and get overexcited like he's the Messiah kind of situation coming in. He played like a boss and really, really, like I think he's a major reason that we were in that game for as long as we were because no one freaking expected it. Like he's a scrambler, and he's
opposite of DC,
rapid. So look, I take nothing away from him. He stepped up. He balled out when we needed him to step up and ball out. But let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
The same reason you say that is the same reason I was going to excuse him. So a lot of people, I've said, there was a few problems. He wasn't flawless, but he was good. You got to excuse it. He doesn't get first team reps, and he's been injured or not dressed for. So I get that that side of it. So yeah, I agree with you there. But the one interesting comment I did see this week, which I thoroughly agree with, if that was DC in this game and we lost, people would be saying it was his fault and he played terribly because some of the passes weren't hit. But because it's number 8 and it's not DC's name, people are saying he's the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah, I think the thing that really stood out to me was it was a solid backup performance from Mariota. Yes. Normally, when your backup has to come in, you see a drop in a notable drop in.
Ironically, unless the Chargers.
Well, yeah, I suppose. But yeah, a drop in production and things. But everything just kind of stayed level, which is nice to see.
It was nice to see we didn't go to some wild playbook as well. It was like, no, Marcus is going to run this playbook as the playbook needs to be run. We didn't deter away. It was just the one thing that I think Chucky came out with it was I want to see DC use his legs more. Well, now he's got a QB that will use his legs more. Is talented when he takes to foot.
Yeah, that's it is a completely different style of offense. And like we said it on the virtual tailgate, we saw an option play ran once this year with DC, and it blew us all, like it shocked us as much as the other team because we've never run options with DC like that before. And we ran it now with
breaks.
And we ran it with Mariota, and like he's so fast. Like so good, and I loved it. And the problem with that is, which I'm sure we'll get onto, why did we call our most conservative game ever? Like, I get like, okay, try and protect Mario. I get these things, but like, I just the play calling, especially on that very end of the series, 1st and goal, we get a fresh set of downs at like the 4. The most conservative play calling, like put the ball in Mario's hands and let him run it in if there's no option there. Like,
I disagree. I don't think it was the most conservative. I think that was just what we have played this year.
I hated the play calling towards the end of this game. It was so bland.
Certainly, the 4th quarter felt a bit funky.
Okay.
Play calling in overtime was a little bit, and a whole different defense turned up for overtime. Didn't turn up for overtime.
But yeah, like the option, they couldn't stop it. They literally could not stop the option. If you were in a triple level where it could go to Josh Jacobs, it could be kept with Mariota, or you could dump it over the top to a shallow crossing Waller. But how do you stop that? And it works. But
let's be honest, they had their hands. They had their hands full in a short week prepping for DC, because DC has got some certain skills and some certain traits as well that they will need to prepare for. DC being out and Mariota coming in was probably not high on their agenda to rep for. So, they will have been, flying by the seat of their pants, to use another phrase. So
not like that one.
I'm not saying that they don't have that in their arsenal and that capabilities, but let's not forget that when we played Kansas City, we played a whole different defense out there, a whole different scheme.
Let's not remember.
It's
that reminded me of a really funny story I heard.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that was just my big takeaway from it, because it was like, and we've seen this before, that 4th down call. No, sorry, it wasn't a 4th down call, 3rd down call, where we rolled out right. Now I know that Gruden loves his rollout plays. We all know this, but when you've got a quarterback so agile and he knows he's agile, you just took away half the field for him. Do you know what I mean? Waller's having a day and he wasn't even on the field.
Where we tried to hit Ingold in the flats and it got batted down.
I can't remember what happened afterwards because I was too busy crying, but it was a 3rd down call at the end of regulation, I think. Or was it the 3rd down call in overtime? I think it might be the 3rd down call in overtime. Waller wasn't even on the field then. Whichever play it was I'm thinking of. It's like he's a 100-odd yard game with 2 touchdowns and he's not on the field. What are you doing? Like, and then Nelly's obviously redundant because Nelly thrives on the long game because he's so agile and fast. Okay, I get that. Hunter was out with a concussion, so I get that we were slim on receiver there. Zay wasn't safe hands at all. And it's just like, give Mario the whole field to play with, but you roll out right there. You've lost half the field. Completely lost half the field.
Yeah, no, I'll go along with that. You're sorry?
You're brewing. You look like you're brewing for one.
No, in all honesty, no. I'm listening to you both rant on and reading the comments. But no, I agree. Obviously, that it's Cardinal sin if you roll out and throw across your body. It's Cardinal sin. Everyone knows that. So you are cutting the field in half.
So what is going on in the comments whilst you mention them? What's going on out there?
So look, we've got 730Js popped in again. Defense is awful. Cara Mariota are not the answer. Fix the defense, go after any QB in the draft as well. It's DTs, LBs, and unstuck the DBs. I think that says. Bring Charles Woodson in. Help coach.
You made a point there about Charles. I think Charles came out fairly publicly and in the last couple of weeks and said, "No, I'm quite comfortable on my sofa. I'll leave the coaching to coaches." Yeah. As much as I'd be like, yeah, but in my eyes, there's quite a distinguishment between players play and coaches coach, and it's not common that a player makes a great coach. Although I think someone with his smarts, don't get me wrong, with someone like Charles's smarts, working with the DBs and such. But
I think the best thing he could offer is something that he could offer right now without being employed. Just just reach out to these DBs if you care and have a chat with them, like the same as was it Marcus Allen was doing with JJ.
Yeah.
Just have a chat with them. Like I think
Exactly.
Yep. Linden's got it. Really nice to have a solid backup QB. Haven't had one for a while.
That's bang on.
Yeah, we've had,
when was last season solid QB? Yeah. Marcus Tuiasosopo. There you go.
What else is going on out there?
Tumbleweed there. Look at it. What we got?
Yeah, apologies if I don't react to some of these because the line is on it, genuinely just dropping in and out. So,
the particle. We will definitely be addressing that in a little bit, Dale.
How did you almost forget that? I'm gonna go in on that one.
Oh, is it? We're going now. We screw the stats.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna try and keep it professional for as long as possible. And guys, we had a bit of a discussion, like should we go live yesterday or today? Because normally we go live after the game, next day. But we felt for the sake of getting a black mark against us of too many F-bombs, probably worth giving it 24 hours to simmer. I know I called Tony and I think even EE were censoring the phone call.
Yeah.
So I've got some stats here. Go on, I found the first error. I've got the date wrong. No, it's the game date. It's okay.
Okay, no, I'll give you that.
I mean,
but I know there is one error on here, and that is that the dot is the wrong way round on the sacks.
Okay.
Because in fact, I think the whole stat line is the wrong way around. There was that lovely, was it fourth quarter or was it the beginning of overtime where we got a beautiful sack, but the singular, which was not acceptable. So overall, obviously this is a game that went to overtime. We said it was going to be pretty much down to the wire, did we not?
We did. 7:30 Jay is off already, so thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Crazy Jay.
So take care.
Mitch, have you got your scribblings next to you? What were the score predictions that came in from the three of us?
What were the score predictions that came in from the three of us?
Yeah.
I mean, me and you both had 34-31.
No, you had to change your score.
I did.
Oh, no, we allowed it. because you had a silly hot
take. And Tony had 52-16.
So, yeah.
I think you'll find. I got that.
No one got it right again. Anything on the hot takes come true?
One catastrophic event.
Yes!
I knew there was a reason. As soon as I looked at it, I was like, I know exactly why he's asking me for the scores. It's because he wants to try and wean into the hot takes without making it seem too obvious.
So what hot takes were there?
Tony had 6 sacks with a fumble.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Family fortune noise.
What did you have, Mitch?
Sorry.
What did you have, Mitch? What was your hot take?
My hot take was Jacobs with 150 and 2 tutties.
What did he have?
Not 150 and 2 tutties.
Okay. Remind me, what did I have?
You had one catastrophic event at the discretion of the other hosts and the chat.
So, chat. Was it a catastrophic event? I would argue. Look, I'll be honest with you. I will argue it wasn't, because we got to see Marcus out there and he was more than serviceable. Was it a catastrophic event?
I think it seemed a catastrophic event, but the news that came out yesterday or today that he's only out for 10 days to 14 days makes it not a catastrophic event. No. I would have allowed it had he either A, season-ending injury, B, broken a bone in the body, or C,
I'm happy to wait till week 16. I'm happy to wait. but I'd say it was well on the right path there. And Tony, it doesn't count for 3 nopes if you put it across all 3 platforms that we stream to, both Facebook, YouTube's, and this week not the Periscopes. I apologize. We have gone on the Twitch. Right. Aha. Let's drop this slide because it's we probably need to go there because I'm far too jovial here. Mr. Berry makes a point in the chat, and look, Dale Golden commenter, the horrendous shank was catastrophic, but it wasn't my definition of catastrophic. Mr. Berry, for the people listening on the spot on Spotify and your other favorite podcasting systems, Matt Berry's come in here and said Renfro was a catastrophic event. So I think it's probably time we kind of work up to that point because I think that's going to be a pretty heavy. That's really strange, Tony. It looks like you've got a ghost sitting behind you. I do. Is it Jesus? Oh. It is Jesus. Oh no, it's not. It's your daughter. I've got a series of clips here, and this is probably going to go on for maybe 10 to 15 minutes, but I think we probably need to talk about it. And this is not just me rambling on, but I think we need to talk about it. Do we talk about it now? I've got some videos. Or do we go to a couple more stats and warm up for it?
I'm happy to get into it.
Okay.
There's some, yeah.
Tony?
Throw one more stat slide up there.
Which one do you want?
Let me see the Sydney Opera House.
You want to see the
because I quite liked that earlier when I looked at it.
The Sydney Opera House is an interesting one this week, ladies and gentlemen, and the Sydney Opera House is also known as the defensive pass rush. Tony, walk us through it, mate. What are you seeing?
I see a Sydney Opera House, 2 Sydney Opera Houses. No, what I see is
we've got quite a small audience.
No, we certainly put more pressure on than possibly what we might think.
And on the interior, which is somewhere that we've been saying we don't typically get pressure there.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, that ties into, I think it's clip number 2 or number 3.
Before we go into that, I think obviously Ollie didn't join us on the tailgate because it was 20 past 1 in the morning. But we and Tony said
crap,
and his internet is diabolical. Tony and I talked about this with the others that joined us. Even in the first quarter, we obviously won an amazingly better defense by any stretch of the imagination, and we hadn't changed completely since the Gunther era. But something felt different. We just felt fast, and when we looked at pre-snap, it didn't look like send forward, drop 5 sort of thing. It just didn't look like that. And then as that first and second quarter developed, I started seeing things like Hankins had dropped back, or Crosby had dropped back, or Nassib would drop back, and then Joyner would blitz from the slot position. Do you know what I mean? Just little Morrow would come in, and it seemed like it was. Whereas before with us, I think it was like, okay, they're gonna send 4 95% of the time, and then the one time they might send a corner. This time it was like every play was a different. Someone different was blitzing, or someone different was dropping back, and it did feel different. And if Marinelli can do that after only 2 or 3 days, I'm excited for the rest of his run with us.
Yeah, this is what I figured that he would bring, and I didn't expect miracles within a couple of days, but I did expect to see something different, and I think we did see that. So it'd be interesting to see how we close out the season, and even where we go thereafter.
I don't think we played a drastically different defensive scheme or whatever, but it was nice to see that we let the dogs go a bit more. And I do wonder if, that was almost Gunther not playing to his reputation of liking to let the dogs go as a stand in the back. I don't know, but it was nice to see.
Yeah, that's what we said about the same way we said about Abram. Like, he's fast and he's a very downhill player and he's crap in coverage. So like we said in the other show, use him as you use him best. Use him when you're expecting a run or some sort of play action, because he's fast enough to get back to the quarterback or get up to the run. Don't do it if you're expecting, 3rd and 20. Don't put Abraham on a 3rd and 20. It's ridiculous. And I think Joyner's the same. Why we're still not playing Joyner at safety? He played one game or one snap in safety, and he had that mean hit in the back which stopped the Chargers scoring last time we played them. And we used him in that way again, dropping him back to safety or bringing him up for the run or pass rush, and he had a good game.
Who did I see? He was put on the COVID list today.
Joyner?
Nope, I'm making it up. It wasn't him. It was someone else.
Jamarcus Loyner.
No.
Hold on, let me get TTIN slide up.
The Raiders have not placed LaMarcus Joyner on COVID.
Right. So there's been a few comments in here, and I think people actually want to talk about it now because we've skirted around it. There was a third, and possibly if you've got a tinfoil hat, a fourth team well at play on Thursday night's game. And they were wearing black, but it was not with silver, it was with white. The referees on Sunday, and we're Raiders, people know that we bitch and moan about it. But I'm really sorry, because you can say whatever you want. That was a disgrace, the referees. An absolute disgrace. And I think I made a comment really quite early on that it was quite nice to see in the first half of the season quite well officiated games. And then at about the same kind of time we felt, and I'm not blaming this, but about the same kind of time we started declining and dropping off in the second half of the season. I'd say that we also started to notice the calls were crack or shit. So I pulled together a couple of clips from the game that I think we need to talk about. So I'll start us off with and these are all kind of latter part of the game. They're a little bit more obvious to find at that point. You're a little bit more on tender hooks. The first one I got for you is somewhere on my note sheet, somewhere about the third or the fourth quarter.
7.
It's got Mariota dropping back. Oh, nothing. He takes off. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
That was absolute. I was going.
It's a
mad
nice replay.
The D-back's foot is like out of bounds before he even makes contact with Mariota.
Even the defensive back knows he's fucking wrong.
Yeah.
And no flag. Nothing. So let me just take a quick look on...
Nothing, Governor.
Nothing.
Nothing, Governor.
Let me just take a quick look on the stat sheet. Wasn't something that I highlighted. We lost the penalty battle with 6 penalties for 69 yards. They had 3 penalties called for 20 yards. Okay, so we have that first little bit of bullshit. In the... I think this was actually in overtime. If not, it was in the... No, it was in the fourth. It was in the fourth. We have 2 plays back-to-back here, but I have broken them into 2 clips.
Too many of these type games this year.
Again, passing play.
Joey Bosa, we're told, is in the...
And you're looking at the bottom of your screen here.
As the Raiders take over,
And that is arguably a touchdown, if not a massive gain.
To me, like there was a hold on this route right here.
Even the officiates, even the commentators are calling this.
That wasn't the first time Nelly got held either. There was another one where he ran across her in the middle.
Jump. Next one. Do your research, man. Oh, no, you can't see it. Sorry, I didn't upload these to the group. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Next one.
This is obvious. This is not just a hand on the hip. This is not just a little tug of jersey. This is two hands giving him a little bear hug.
Arr.
Scary feet, scary.
Okay, so now we'll go. Clip number 3.
It was Casey Hayward. I sure thought that he got a hold of Aguilar as he was trying to get up the field.
Second down. Pass. Contact again.
Now you'll see that because I made this comment again in the tailgate when the camera cuts.
1 second. Just listen to the. Listen.
I didn't see as much here on this particular play. There definitely is.
How did you not see as much? How did you? What game are you watching?
I said that in the thing because when the camera cut to him on the first initial play, you could see he was like running forwards and his feet were going behind him and he was falling forwards. And I said to Tony, I said, you don't just fall forwards. I know he's fast. He ain't that fast. Like he's been pushed or knocked there. Camera cuts and he just gets shoulder barged before the ball gets there, takes a tumble. And again, that's a first down if he doesn't get pushed, which is the definition of pass interference. It's interfering with the potential to catch a ball.
The thing is, with those two videos, was obviously the second video played in the commentary, and they were talking about the Hayward hold. So this was back-to-back plays.
It was back-to-back, both on Nelly, and the thing is that is completely inexcusable. Like that kind of tap happens in tight in the box, but when he's run a massive crossing route, it is wide the fuck open. And if you look on, I'm not going to play them because I can't actually like fast forward to the end of them. On both times, the person who commits the penalty is different people. They both look and go, I didn't do anything. They know they're guilty. They know they're guilty.
Yeah.
So the next one is well into overtime. In fact, I think it's 1, maybe 2 plays from the end of the game. And this is the controversial play. But I'm not going to pick up on it for being controversial for the reasons that you believe I might.
Dale's made a great point in the comments just on those other ones that they flagged everything on Mullen, and that's so true. And at the beginning of the game, we started saying Mullen's having a bit of a mare. Tony pointed out that they were targeting him quite a lot, which he was having a bad game. But during the third and fourth quarter, he was literally turning around going, what now? Like, and the replay, there was nothing that wasn't there. The one down, I think Mike Williams was grabbing his arm and he sort of like done this to get his arm off or grabbed it and it flagged him. It's like
it's an absolute disgrace. And I think there was even some, let's say, some assistance. It was the one in the end zone with Williams, and I genuinely think they were just trying to get PI. Like it was scripted. Let's just go get PI this play, and because he just did this move on his break that just didn't look right. So what we're going to here is the play where there was helmet to helmet on Herbert. But this is not the reason I'm pissed. This was just a really good play that everyone's going, oh my gosh, the helmet to helmet call, that was a little bit not okay to call. But actually, this really highlights something else. So I'll cut to this one.
First down and goal. Herbert.
I want you.
Quarterback run and scrimmage.
So you see it on a full run.
Sure looked like he took a pretty
But
good
now
hit,
it's
too.
going to replay. I'll
Similar to what
show you something
there's
else.
a penalty. Flag comes in late.
Might have been a hit up.
Look in the interior here. There's Max and Hankins. Look at this freaking holding. It is unbelievable. And it was like that all day. I could have picked. Then we got another one. Look at this. Whoop. You're coming with me. I mean, you know what? I would have killed Herbert myself if I'd watched my teammates getting that all day. I mean, come on, man.
There was more holding calls on that one play than were actually flagged in the whole game. It's like,
but I mean, it was all the time. all the time through the entire game. There was holding. That is why Max has not been that efficient, or not as prolific as he was last year. He is getting held, not just this game, every game.
Dale's nailed it there. Look, it's almost like New York cool down.
Well, so this was the other point I was going to make, is exactly that. So I originally started doing this video, but it all went a little bit wrong, software wise. It takes 6 seconds for that flag to go up. The other thing that happens as well that's quite interesting is from Herbert hitting the deck and actually bouncing, which was quite nice to watch. From him bouncing off the deck, the referee that is stood on the sideline blows the play dead. And I can tell you, Herbert bounces off the deck and then everyone lands on top of him. He blows it dead, and there's still another 3 seconds until the flag goes up. So his priority was calling the play dead before throwing the flag up. That doesn't happen on helmet to helmet. Helmet to helmet, the flag comes in like a fucking bullet.
Yeah.
And to be honest, actually, I believe the referee rulings. If we had Richard Samples in the chat, who is a BAFRA referee, be able to tell me, believe it actually matters on the trajectory. If it goes up, it's a certain type of penalty, and if it is thrown at the penalty, it's a certain type of penalty. So the fact that the flag goes up, right? Okay, get it. I'm not always coordinated. Sometimes I fuck up phrases, but come on, man.
The thing I noticed in that video, which I didn't realize until you posted it, was that even when the flag should have been thrown, the official turns to his side and goes like that, and he nods, and then he throws it. It's like, you were 2 yards away from that happening, and you're asking someone who was over there behind 8 jerseys, like, you were there. If you think you throw it, and then you talk about it in the huddle afterwards. And if you decide, oh, actually it wasn't, then you'll go, okay, no, pick that one up. You're allowed to do that. But he didn't. He sort of looked at his official and was like, do we throw it? Yep. Okay, let's throw it. This is the time we call that.
I mean, this is just, and I'm happy to share these like clips if you want to put them on your social medias. I'm happy with that, because this needs to be the situation like JDR used to do in 16.
Yeah.
Send the shit calls to the NFL and say, you might want to look at your officiating. And this is what we said a couple of episodes ago, was like, Chucky needs to lose his shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm seeing him like with a little bit of a pissed face off. He's got a face mask on, so you can't really see, but he's got a little bit of a pissed face. He is not Chucky of old that is like,
we discussed this yesterday though, that you can't. There's no right to reply.
Look, there's calling them out, but then there's actually like just romper stomper up and down the sideline.
Yeah, but the problem is he could do that on pretty much every play if he wanted to, because of how much bullshit happens. And it's just, and I get his mindset. It's like, nothing I'm going to do is going to change this, because it's so ingrained.
There are players that have used phrases. Tony told me that you can't actually call out the officials anymore. Like in a press conference, you get fined or pooed on or something.
And Gruden has most definitely suffered the wrath of fines this year.
Yeah, but that's fine.
He's having
cash flow. He's all right.
He's having beans on toast for his Christmas dinner.
But I mean, they're
that's the most British thing I could have said.
There are players. There are players that have had other phrases to say what they're thinking. I'm only here not to get fined. I'm talking about those types of things. There is something that Chucky could say, which is, I'm losing my temper because I'm not happy with the color of the grass. That everyone would know exactly what he's talking about, but he is not officially calling the refs out. He needs to fucking call them.
Yeah,
it's not okay anymore. Like, and the reason, like, I put a post up on, I can't even remember if it was Thursday night or Friday morning or whatever, and it was just like, fuck the NFL, because I was so angry, because I just saw where this was going, and it's as fans, like, do they only want us to buy jerseys or be invested in it?
Well, this is the thing. I mean, we spoke about this kind of yesterday privately, that it's, and I think Matt kind of alludes to this point as well. The NFL's instructed officials before the season to overlook holding calls to give games more high-scoring entertainment, which is something we'll come back to in a little bit, no doubt.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean,
but it's convenient that the only holding calls you see get called nowadays are like,
so
conveniently first down, massive run, touchdown, all these ones. Do you know what I mean? I never see a hold.
That's exactly what I was going to say. But I can tell you what's not entertaining. What's not entertaining is watching someone get fucking murdered on the field. So I'll play it. And I'm apologies if you're squeamish, because this is not nice watching. But
hits it on the return. It's Renfro. Good return. Then he gets hit hard.
look at his neck. He is
Big time hit.
And a hit up high. Renfro is down.
and
And BJ Bello, who was just added, delivered a hit.
look at this. And this is not targeting. This is not
58 Bello, head-to-head contact.
and you're not gonna call that a penalty, and yet you're gonna call the one on Herbert. You're not gonna call that. That one echoed around the stadium.
Yeah.
I think Mitch is getting in trouble.
Yeah, no, this is obviously we were going to be playing that straight after the Justin Herbert clip, but we kind of went off on a bit of a tangent. But no,
yeah,
go on. Yeah, I mean the whole just we expected to just buy jerseys and such like. It does seem very much as though the whole scoring entertainment, or the entertainment of the game and the show, as it were, has taken over. Look at no further than the Nickelodeon thing in the wildcard game.
Shall I, Tony? You know what I'm talking about. Shall I put it up now?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll call them out. Like, I think there's a pretty good reason that the XFL has gone under Vince McMahon. That's because Vince McMahon has been rehired.
That's an excellent picture.
Yep.
Did you make that or did you find it?
No, I made it, man.
That's very, very good.
I mean, it's not even funny how, like, obviously biased these games are getting now. And it, don't get me wrong, it is not making me question my fandom as a Raider, but it is questioning my intent. Sorry, it's challenging my intent to write a letter to Mr. Davis to apply for applications to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to transfer the Raiders across to the XFL and get the hell out of the NFL, because this is not this is NFL entertainment, NFLE, not Europe entertainment. This is not football anymore.
No, this is it, and this has been going this way for a few years now. And I did ask the question whether we are actually registered as sports entertainment now, because it's just got that feel.
Kenny's comment's great. He said if that was Abram making that play, he'd have been thrown out and hit with a massive fine. And I made that exact same comment, but I replaced Abram with Perfect. I said if Perfect made that hit on Renfro, he would have been banned.
If that was a Raider, I can tell you every freaking flag would have gone up from every sideline.
Potential ejection, fine. Yeah. Games banned afterwards.
Would have been an ejection.
Yeah. And it's bizarre. It really is, because, like you said, like it just feels so. I know that it's a bit of a laughy joke that people tell you to, like, take your tinfoil hats off, all this sort of stuff. But it's like, it just feels so scripted. And usually people say, oh, it's scripted as their excuse. It's like, we did play bad. It really was. But like, come on. Even after like having to play a new system because the quarterback has gone out, the defense is terrible. We've had half of our defensive starters out. We've got a new DC. Thursday night game on a short week. It matters because the playoffs game. It's a divisional game. Like all of these factors come into it. And after all them bad calls and everything that happened in that game, you still sit there and go, we nearly had them 3 and out at the goal line, which would have got a possession back. We nearly had them 3 and out at the goal line again after the phantom roughing the passer call. They fumbled, and we could, if we landed on that ball, it's game over. And Quit nearly laid his helmet on the ball that Herbert scored on. So like, still
in the realm of coulda, shoulda, woulda. But when you're fighting against the officials, like we seem to be back in that mode of fighting against the officials with bullshit, I can understand why frustrations boil over and people go a little maybe overboard on a hit, because they're like, well, this guy keeps on fucking holding me, or I keep on, this is bullshit. But also, I think that, we've spoken about this before. I think that is starting to bubble out and off of the field, and on DMs and on to social media from the players.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think he's actually frozen now. I think we've lost Mitch for the time being. But me and Mitch had a discussion about this whole social media thing, and I think it's something we should probably get into in the off season, during one of the off season shows, because I think there could be quite a lot of opinion out there, sort of in the comments, etc. Yeah, we lost Mitch. There could be quite a lot of opinion out there in the comments as far as how players are reacting on social media now. But I think Mitch came out with a point with, imagine going to your job, doing a full day's work, coming home, and then reading or receiving messages from 2,000 people saying how shit a job you did at work that day.
That's exactly it. We can't forget that these guys are human. So when you walk in after a loss or even just a tough day and someone's calling you out, you be like, and you are arguably at the top of your game, that you're like, no, fuck you. And there's only so many times you can read that. And you think about it, some of these guys are reading it, well, hopefully not, but reading it thousands of times a day.
Yeah. And, there's the old argument of like, well, these people, they get media training, they're professional athletes, they're supposed to be in the spotlight. But yeah, all well and good, but I mean, they're human at the end of the day. That's the long and the short of it.
Yeah.
So I completely understand.
I haven't heard anything about Renfro. Like, no, I hope he's okay, because that did not look good.
No.
He was pretty much dead man walking when they picked him up. Sin about DC that DC's strained, but I think I saw this comment. It was a really good point that was made. We joked about it earlier in another show. Hey, good evening, Ed. Welcome. We joked about it in a previous show. Like, where is Tony Carroll, our previous head of athletic trainers? But there was a comment along the lines of, what's going on with our S&C? These guys are going down like flies on injuries, and they're not breaks. They're soft tissues. I can't remember who it was. It might have been someone. But that's exactly it. The amount of injuries that we sustain on soft tissue. DC, I'm looking at straight here. Like, there's tweaks that you do, but if you're tearing your groin, rolling out, you are way, way, way overtuned, and you need physical therapy before that happens. So what's going on? Is it an adjustment from California climate to Vegas climate? Are they not drinking water because they're not used to having to drink as much water? Are they honest? I'm just asking stupid questions, but is it a case that they haven't yet acclimated to being in the desert?
Possibly. I mean, you'll have to forgive my sort of relative geography, but is there that much of a difference in the climate between?
I'd say yeah, it's in a fucking desert.
Yeah, it's in a desert, but I mean, I suppose there obviously is a difference. But having never been to either of them, I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell what the difference would be.
Yeah, you know, Matt's saying here the lack of a preseason. Oh, wow, I've got delay. You know, lack of preseason and full camp would have hurt some, especially in a new climate. I agree, and I think they're, you know, maybe they're not able to get as much therapy and care, and because these guys, you know, I've been to places like IMG where it's the norm. Like, you're not hurting, but you go and lay on a bed, and someone, you know, works to keep everything limp. But
oh my god,
blow your groin out. Losing me.
But it's the me show. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Right, okay, fair enough. Thanks, Dale. I don't know. I've never been to either, so I don't know. Obviously, it stands to reason that the desert would be more hot and dry. But is Ollie completely gone now? Oh no! I want to be Jack.
I'm here. If you can hear me, I'm here.
Just about. Put the hamster back in the wheel.
May not be here in body, but I am here in voice.
So yeah, potentially that is an issue, and I think Matt has kind of, like you say, hit the nail on the head that a lack of preseason and full camp has made a big difference. I think we all kind of expected that, but to go, that was an odd one, because it wasn't as if you'd expect it if it was on the first series or such.
Right.
But we're into the game at this point. So how are you not loose enough to, I don't know. It's an odd one.
I don't know, man. Like, it is just totally bollocks. Yeah. And I do think that I still believe that is a game that we absolutely should have owned. And it's down to the Zebras that we didn't own it.
Yeah, 100%. That is one prime example of how the Zebras have influenced the outcome of a game directly, as far as I'm concerned. We won that game, but the Zebras made sure we didn't win that game. And everyone points fingers. Like, you Raiders fans, you're always moaning about officials and such like. But that was blatant. And with that in mind,
Atlanta is how you lose the game.
Yeah,
you know that is losing a game.
Yeah.
That, you know, against the Bolts last 2 nights ago, that is us winning a game, but New York making sure we lost it.
Yeah, absolutely. And coming back to your point about the NFL entertainment, purely from a kind of a selfish point of view, us guys in the UK, that game kicked off at 1:20 in the morning. It finished because of overtime. It finished at just before 5:30 in the morning. Quite frankly, if I'm going to stay up all night to watch that game live, I would kind of like the heads up whether we're going to win that game and whether it's in the books that we're going to win that game or lose that game. Because if we are going to lose that game, and we are scripted to lose that game, I'll spend that 4 hours in bed. I've got work to do the next day. I didn't sleep before the game. I got a couple of hours after the game. Just let me know. And similarly, I mean, the majority of us in the UK are Game Pass subscribers as well. Well, if the games are going to be scripted and it's entertainment, let me know and I'll save me 150 quid a year. And I'll subscribe for the year where we're going to be good.
Exactly. You know, it's exactly that. If you want to script it, that's fine. That's your business venture. That's perfectly fine. But if you want to fucking ruin what is great football, fuck off. Bring back Tagliatelle.
Yeah.
This is not okay. Like, honestly, the only thing that is going to keep me watching any form of NFL over the next few years is my passion and love as a Raider. Other than that, spring league, XFL, and college football.
Yeah.
And I trust XFL more to be
gone
scripted than the NFL. Bearing in mind, like, the history of the XFL.
Yeah. Aha.
This is not good.
I
Doing the fans a disservice. But anyway, we'll pop.
It is.
You know what?
I
think I'll probably
go on.
Give way, Tony. I think it's probably worth, with the internet crapping out.
Hey, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tony's completely irrelevant football show with the bearded one. It's me and the bearded one from now. Oh no, he's not here. Hold on, where is it? What the?
I'm back.
Ollie's back. No, Ollie's.
He's muted.
Ollie's gone.
Come to save you, Tono. Come to save you.
Oh.
I don't know how good my internet's holding up. There's something in the water.
It's all right at the moment. What are your thoughts? Did you watch any of that previous? Obviously, I know your internet died, but
I did and then I didn't. But I just heard Ollie just being like,
yeah,
football. That's what I heard.
Okay, I mean, so what I was saying basically is you were in the same boat. That the Thursday night games for us and the Monday night games are played at early doors for us. Mm-hmm. I know you tried to get a couple of hours before the game. I tried to get a couple of hours before the game. Neither of us could.
Nope.
So it ended up that, you know, we were kind of awake all the way through to kick off, all the way through to because of overtime, about 5:30ish.
Yep.
And then work the next day. And what I was saying to Ollie when you was away is, if that's the case, then let us know. Let us know if it's a sports entertainment thing, so that I can spend that 4 hours of sleep, because I've got work to do. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know where you sit with that.
The only thing I want to see, if it's sport entertainment, is that the next time something like this happens, John Gruden runs onto the field with a steel chair and just freaking push, lamps out all the officials, glass shatters, music on.
But that's fine. I want to see that even if it's not sports entertainment. Just do it.
Yes, sure.
But that's fine. Like, you'd expect that from an entertainment sport, whereas this is not. This is football. If that is the way you want to go with this sport, which is fucking obvious.
If John Gruden was a wrestler, whose music would he have?
Lost on me, man. I haven't watched wrestling since I was 12, who I think is probably the target age group for that sport.
I mean, I was going to say Stone Cold, who is of that era. So there's one for any wrestling fans in the chat.
Oh, well, his career is like The Undertaker. He's come back, but it's about the only reference.
Going on too long? I don't know. Dead before it started.
But now that's something, actually. Okay, we'll talk Chucky now. Get off this thing, because we could bitch and moan for ages. So there's seeing quite a bit of people saying, you know what, I'm fucking done with John Gruden. Are you? Are you really? Are you really? 3 years in, you're done with him?
I don't buy that.
Shut up, man. I hate to call people out, and I'm not going to call people out by name, but if you're saying that, shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah.
He's 3 years into a complete rebuild of a complete clusterfuck of an organization. 3 years, and we're almost in the fucking playoffs. from a complete clusterfuck of a team. Don't tell me, oh, get out, I'm bored of your play calling. No. It's not how things work, and just on off.
Obviously, the stat line is a bit doesn't really work, but the figures do show that the longer retained coaching staffs and head coaches do yield better results. Now, obviously, that's an impossible thing to measure because if they're good, they're going to stay there longer. So it's a bit of a weird stat, but in general, giving coaches time, that's the point I'm trying to make. Giving them time is a lot more effective than doing what the Cleveland Browns do and taking out head coaches and quarterbacks every 6 months.
But that's just logic. The longer a culture and a scheme is left to grow, the more successful it's going to be. That's just logic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it will just germinate and flower into something beautiful.
There you go. I know you like your long words, so yeah.
Germinate. What is going on with this?
That's not a particularly long word, but it was just a little flower anagram. Anagram?
Oh, you've slipped up. You've slipped up.
What's the word?
You Russell Brand wannabe.
Russell Brand? I'm not sure I get that one.
Right. Without letting this one spiral. What? What's going on? What'd you say? Boy. Without this one spiraling completely out of control. Tony, you ready?
What, ready to step back off the ledge, shall we? Should we get everyone back?
I think it's time to level up for the week. Level up. Boop, 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 boop. I think it's time that we kind of leveled up and set the baseline for the week. And I know there's some football kicking off imminently, is there not?
It's probably kicked off already, I'd have thought, isn't it?
The Donkeys and Bills are kicking off in 15 minutes, I think. 9:25, I think.
Is that really the game that you wanted to? Okay, fair enough.
If we can't see the Raiders win, I would happily watch the Donkeys lose.
All right.
So I think it's time to get to it. Get to the finest segment that is in the podcasting world. Not just football podcasting, not just Raider podcasting, all podcasting. It is Tony's Totally Irrelevant News.
Evening all, welcome to Tony's Totally Irrelevant News for this Saturday night. I was hoping to bring you more this week, but I've been hooked up on a few bits and pieces. So anyway, kicking off this week with this. And I know, Mitch, you like your swanky English words. So how about asparamancer?
Ooh.
How do we like asparamances? Right. Okay.
Can you spell it and use it in a sentence?
Yes, you can, and I will in a second. So anyway, this is the story of what's her face? I can't remember her name now. Jemima Packington, who is an asparamancer, the world's only asparamancer, by the way, who has foretold the future and has predicted that there's going to be travel for Harry and Meghan next year, with Harry returning to the UK Meghanless.
Oh no.
So asparamancer, obviously anything mancer is
obviously
works with divine magic and such like. So an asparamancer is a psychic who uses asparagus to tell the future. So the asparagus have told her that this is happening.
What's the plural of asparagus? Is it just asparagus?
Yeah.
Asparagus.
No, it's just asparagus.
Asparagus.
Yes, asparagus. Yes. However, I did look into this to see whether it was actually a feasible thing or not, and it turns out that at the beginning of the year, she said that the news thing, the thing that was going to be at the forefront of everyone's mind this year, that would dominate the news headlines, would be climate change. So the asparagus don't work. So anyway, that was that. But then I thought, well, hold on, we are just before Christmas. So maybe we should have Tony's totally festive, totally irrelevant news. No? Anyone want some festive, irrelevant news?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Let's go. Let's go.
Jingle bells.
Jingle bells indeed. So let me switch to studios. Look at that.
Oh, that is
Look
absolutely
at
beautiful.
Look at this. And then see, look, Tony's totally festive, totally irrelevant news.
Ah.
I spoil this on the show. Didn't I?
There's even a ribbon on the picture. Look at it.
Yeah. I tell you, I
You didn't Photoshop like any tinsel onto your mic stand or anything.
I was going to say the only thing we need is a little Christmas hat on a TT. Oh, I've just noticed his name as well. Tony's totally festive.
He just spoke.
There you go.
But I was going to say the only thing we're missing is like a little Santa's hat on the corner of the tea or something. That'd be cute.
So yeah, there we go. All right. So anyway, we're talking about Tactical Santa now. Tactical Santa, I love this. And we're heading to Peru for this one. And this is the Peruvian police who took the very unorthodox direction of dressing up as Santa Claus and an elf to swoop into a house for a drugs bust in Lima. They dressed in red and white and green outfits with flak jackets hidden underneath them and arrived in an undercover van on Sunday before breaking into the house with a large hammer to apprehend their suspects. So yeah, Tactical Santa it is. And that was the only two I've got. I was desperately looking for more, but I might possibly have another little one if someone finds the correct cheat code. If there is a cheat code, I don't know if there is a cheat code after this one. I certainly haven't got an asset for it. Shall we just do it now? Shall we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Let's go, Mario. Okay, this is a really good story, actually. There's a really kind of heartwarming story that 2 months after a goat escaped the slaughterhouse, he's actually been found, rescued, and rehomed. So,
excellent news.
Congratulations to the goat and the rescuers of said goat. So, and that is all from me this week.
Oh, I wasn't ready. Sorry, Tony, mate. Say it again.
That is all from me this week.
Sorry, mate.
Nice work, Tony.
Simon Jordan said Notre Dame are moving the ball at ease. Can we find out who their OC is?
Are they moving, Tony? You know where I'm going with this. Are they moving the ball down the field?
No, it's up. It's up the field.
No, down. Okay.
Skane's joined us. Welcome, Skane. Skane has joined us, not from Iceland,
not from Iceland, from Sweden. You never know. He might have taken a day trip to Iceland.
Maybe so. Maybe
holiday home.
Maybe Boris Johansson hasn't put them in lockdown as well. I couldn't think of a Swedish version of the word Boris, but Johnson was quite an easy one.
Okie dokie. Got any league news?
Around the news.
I got nothing.
Apart from erroneous Saturday games, I don't think so.
I'm waiting for something to break out, like some news. It's hey,
Bing bang.
Wanna bing bang.
Yeah, I don't know the lyrics.
Wait,
they're just noises. It's the Spice Girls. Jesus.
I've got a segment.
Have we?
Yeah.
No, Ollie's got his own segment. By the
No. We've missed the whole segment.
Oh, you forgot a segment, not you've got a segment. Oh, okay. What is
trying to cue it up in the background?
Okay. Shoe pad.
No, I'm ready.
No. Oh, okay, fair enough. No padding required this week.
No padding required.
Makes a pleasant change.
Our playoff hopes are still alive, mathematically still alive.
They are, yes.
So we can't go trashing it too hard. Mathematically, they're still alive.
Yes.
Much like the way that mathematically the donkeys are still alive. In practice, what has got to go our way is going to be a small godsend. I didn't even bother looking up the percentage. I apologize for not doing my research, but I did update the slide at least. The amount of stuff that's got to go our way to put us in the playoffs, and I think I've said it privately before, but I'll say it publicly. Is this a team we've seen the last few weeks that I want to see in the playoffs? No.
No, not at all.
I'd rather get a better draft pick. And I think it was said right at the top of the call. Should we talk about drafts? No, not yet. But it is mathematically possible.
Mathematically,
yep.
Mathematically possible.
Yep. New words.
New words are my favorite kind of words.
Yep, new words. So yeah, we could be in the playoffs. We'll see.
The Browns have the Giants, Jets, and Steelers in their last 3 games. They need to lose 2 of those and us win our last 2 for us to get a spot. That isn't as bad as I thought it was, because you'd hope they'd lose to the Steelers. And if the Jets and the Giants can pull off an upset.
Yes, Matt, we're 7-7. I just didn't want to fucking do it.
No, the Jets aren't winning anything.
But like I said, mathematically speaking, they are 4 times more likely to win a game than not to win a game this year. And if that one game can be against the Browns and the Steelers don't mess up and we win, not that I think we'll get onto this. Not that I think.
Yeah,
we're going to digress a little bit here. That is perfect. Top of Kenny's head. So, welcome the new host of the show, Kenny with Mitch's hat. We're keeping that up there. Sorry, Mitch, continue.
Sorry, Kenny, carry on.
I feel like a South Park character. Yeah, so it's not as bad as I thought. If we win out, which is not going to be easy given our next game, and the Browns lose to the Steelers, as you'd imagine they would, then we've just got to hope the Giants can cause an upset. It's unlikely, but if that does happen, then we end up 9-4 as well as the Browns, and we beat them in a head-to-head. Obviously, next week's huge against the Dolphins. If they lose tomorrow, they're 8-6. We beat them, then we're both 8-5. But obviously, us beating the Dolphins doesn't do anything for us. It just puts the Ravens in their spot instead because they're obviously ahead of us. So we still need the Ravens to lose as well. Yeah, there's a few combinations. The Colts are not going to be affected by us because the most we can do is 9 wins, and they'd have the head-to-head on us. So yeah.
Well,
it's just about.
Ed says here, which this is just cracking me up with the caps on everyone. Ed says, "Do you think we can overcome Miami?" Well, you'll have to come back next week for that one, sir. Tantalize you a little bit there.
Ooh, little carrot.
I want to find more people to put hats on. Here, try Skane.
That kind of works, yeah.
Kind of works, yeah. Looks.
He's moving his head now.
No, I'm trying to line it all up, but it's
yeah.
really
But
difficult.
I mean, the Kenny Blair one was just naturally bag. It just
It
worked.
was.
Perfect.
It was perfect.
Our Spotify listeners are going to be like, "What are they on about?"
Yeah, poor little spot.
New Christmas drinking game. Does
Put
Mitch's
the
hat
hat
fit on any of our listeners? And take a shot every time Ollie says, "Rip the Band-Aid off."
Rip the Band-Aid off. So that was the only segment that I had. So league news, I don't think there's anything going on out there. I think it is probably worthwhile, if I can find the graphic to use, it's probably worthwhile having a little mention of our socials. There is the socials there. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitters,
I can't work that out. YouTube,
Twitch. But if you could head on over to the YouTubes and click the subscribe and ring that bell, I think is the phrase. I would really appreciate it. Go on over, subscribe, like, share. We really appreciate it. It gives us a really good opportunity to spread the word of Silver and Black UK, which I might as well spread the word of Silver and Black UK.
And one thing that's also very good is to like the videos when we are live on YouTube, because if you like the video, then it tells YouTube that you like us and you'll see more of us.
We like it when people like us.
Yeah.
It's all we can hope for.
That was really close to Paul Hibbert.
Sorry?
Show you after the show. Not Paul Hibbert as in out of Family Guy. That's Mr. Hibbert.
That's Herbert the Pervert.
Herbert, that's the one. Which now Justin Herbert. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, right. We digress. The show's going.
Digressing.
Oh, Lord.
At least we've all got internet now. I am hotspotting off my phone because apparently using my internet doesn't work.
Genuinely, that's the best it's been since even before the show when we were loading assets in and stuff. We were chatting.
I think it's actually the wife's revolution against doing the show. I think she just sets every TV box, Netflix on full HD, phone streams everything. Like, just choke the bandwidth. Got your foxed on hotspotting.
You have no down. What happened?
No down.
Get to the router.
Yeah.
Any other closing comments? Nothing, maybe?
Not a fat lot. But the other question for the panel and for the chat is, when is our next show?
This one's just...
Yeah.
Have we discussed this? Because I know that it's Christmas week next week. And obviously, no show on Monday, I think we said, because there's no game to recap.
Yeah.
So, no show on Monday. But the next game is Saturday, which is Boxing Day. Am I correct?
It was Boxing Day night. It's the 27th, right?
Boxing Day night, yeah.
Technically, but it's 1 o'clock in the morning on Saturday night.
Yeah.
So, whenever
Eve. You want us even more drunk on your YouTubes.
Even more drunk. I weren't aware that we were allowed to be drunk in the first place on the show.
Mitch has been flagrant on that rule for a long time.
Flagrant
Water in here.
The words.
I mean, to be fair, but you know,
here's a flagrant vagrant down there.
We do enjoy a beverage, but no, like Saturday the 26th. We if people still want a Saturday show this time next week, it'll be about 4 hours before the game.
Sorry,
saying no.
I don't know if anyone can hear that.
Stop, Moxie.
It's Moxie again.
But yeah, let's know in the chat.
I'm going to give you a very brief insight. Hold on.
Oh, behind the scenes.
Oh, Moxie's in trouble.
She's this has been happening for about.
That's
5
what
minutes.
John Gruden needs to do when we don't get flags. Not jump around your lounge, Tony. Just like, you know.
I don't know what the problem is with it, but it's broken somehow. Needs rebooting.
Just hard reset. Yeah. Just lift the tile up and there's a button. Just press that for 3 seconds.
Yeah, let us know. You know, maybe a Boxing Day show. Maybe just before kickoff show. That would be amusing.
Which is a Boxing Day show.
But no, it wouldn't be.
Later.
It wouldn't be. If you did it after midnight, it would then be the day after Boxing Day. So it's no longer Boxing Day.
Do you trust any of us to do anything functional after midnight?
Well,
I don't really trust me to be functional. Full stop. To be honest.
Hold on a second. Some of us might be planning to do some things on Boxing Day with our fam. No, scratch that. No, I'm not allowed to do anything at all.
You are tier 4. Totally. None of us can leave the house because if you're not from the UK, we've been put into another lockdown again. So nothing fun for us.
Depends if you're in the naughty counties. I'm in the good counties.
I'm in the good county as well, but no Christmas activities. We've gone from 5 days of being able to mix to 0. Well, 1.
Right.
Christmas Day.
Let's wrap it up. I reckon it's time to call it.
Lots of comments for a Boxing Day show, so I think that's settled. Let's just think of a time.
Let us know your cheat codes in the comments. We'll validate the cheat codes, see if they work, see if they unlock another level. Other than that, I just got that. He was actually doing a cheat code. Got you.
I'm actually loading up the game to start watching the.
We don't want to keep him away from his PS5.
All
All right, then. So,
You don't need to put
it's
the
been
cheat
a
code in,
blast.
though.
It's been a good one. I appreciate the group therapy, guys. Heads up, we still love the Raiders. The season may not be going the way we want it to be, but it is what it is. You know, this is the NFL. On that bombshell, time to sign it off. Thanks, everybody. It's been a blast.
Merry Christmas to everyone before we see you again.
Yeah, have a good Christmas. And
Sneak another one in. Do a little one just before Christmas.
What? Cheeky. What?
It was like an extra cheat code.
Have I ruined it?
fuck.
If we don't speak to you, when we don't speak to you before Christmas, have a fantastic Christmas. And it's been good fun this year, and we'll see you the other side. Well, it's not a different year. We'll see you after Christmas, guys. As always, Shulalulu!
Shulalulu.
I saw the cheat code, guys. There was a cheat code put in there.
Oh, was there?
There was a valid cheat code.
Oh, a valid cheat
double.
code.
There was a valid cheat
Congratulations.
code in there. Congratulations. Tony, you cooking up maybe another possible maybe?
I can't believe you made me do my cheat code piece earlier, and now you want another one. Did you like Tactical Santa, by the way?
I did.
I love
Tactical
Tactical
Santa.
Santa.
I like Tactical Santa.
Love that.
It's good. It's good.
Feliz Navidad, Dale. Feliz Navidad.
Feliz
Navidad.
What a great song.
I don't know. Well, if we're talking songs,
Proof that
Mitch,
I do everything.
give us a
well.
little sing along then. We haven't had one for a while.
We haven't had one for a while.
Yeah, go on
but
then.
they are reserved exclusively for Vino Saturdays, and today is not a Vino Saturday. We are out. We are out of Pepsi, which is unfortunate. I've only got candle wax on my desk, so I'll end up drinking that. And that's a.
You know what?
No.
What?
See, but you were going. What? I've got one.
Go on. What have you got?
So tense.
What have you got? Yes.
The Silver and Black UK karaoke show has now started. If people want to see me singing, they need to get me drinking.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day,
I just thought I'd wham everyone, to be honest. That was the only reason I did it. I wasn't going to do a sing along, but yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
I got whammed at work. Got whammed at work the other day. Joined a big group call. They played wham over it. I was like, you bastards.
Nice. Anyone want to hear
I don't pay attention. This might be breaking news, but I'm not sure how much attention I've not been paying. Since when has the donkey's helmet had a D on it?
That if they're in the throwback.
Yeah. They tried to change it, but the Denver
Oh
fans
my
just
God.
love the D too much. So
Philip,
You did that.
Philip Lindsay is making some yards. The absolute wish version of Patrick Mahomes.
Right, Tony, go on. You were cooking one.
Yeah. Okay. So should we talk rescue cats in Korea? Hold on a second. South Korea, to be exact. So there is a tea room in Seoul. I can't find the name of the tea room, but basically they have 130 rescue cats, which for Christmas they are dressing up in little Santa outfits and putting little mini Christmas trees on the table so you can go and have your dinner with Santa Cat.
Would that be?
Oh my god!
Would that be feline Navidad?
It would be feline Navidad. Yes. Yes.
I'm here all week. I could do a daily Silver and Black UK.
Yeah, look, Matt Berry's on it. Santa Claus.
Santa Claus. See?
Yeah, look at that. See?
Wonderful. Absolutely
No beavers. No beavers, Dale. No beavers. Sorry.
Oh.
So I tell you what, there was a good number of people, and we are on 8 people have got tonight's cheat code. Our cheat code is getting out there. People are telling them about the cheat code.
This is just, the little chill part of the show. We are going to start, hopefully, just cut this off. This is exclusive.
Yeah. Okay.
Mitch
So
wins. Thank you, Dale. I did like Matt's comment, though, Santa Claus. It works on the phonetics that they have the same
No.
pronunciation. Tony won. What was Tony's one?
They love the D too much.
Oh, no, we were talking about cat puns.
Oh.
Yeah, I was talking about D puns earlier. Just puns. Just a bit punny. Right. Rock and wrap it up. Otherwise, we're just going to chat bollocks for 20 minutes.
We've been chatting bollocks for the last hour and a half. So
last 24 episodes.
Well, yeah.
And even before that, we were chatting crap in other mediums of media. That's not how you use them words.
Mediums of media.
Medium is literally, yeah.
Sadly, I have been looking throughout the show and I cannot find an update on Renfro at all. Anyway,
I genuinely couldn't find anything earlier today.
That is genuinely concerning.
Matt has been. This is the 14th time he said it in the comments because I've seen it, but I don't think Ollie has. It was Daryl Worley was on the COVID list.
Ah, Worley. Thank you. So do you reckon it's about time that George Michael sung us out?
Yes, I do think so. It's been a beautiful show.
It's been lovely.
Welcome for watching. Welcome for watching, did I just say? Thank you for watching. I don't know.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away.
I think I did say Worley. It might have sounded like Warner.
Wally?
Where's Wally?
Where's Wally? Yeah. On the COVID list.
The people on Spotify right now go, what the fuck's going on?
YouTube's basically just muted this entire bit.
Well, we got done with the NFL earlier, so
I thought that's what I was on about. That we're gonna the cheat code is cut off from our non-live viewers. I thought that was going to be an exclusive.
we're live, man.
No, the whole point of the cheat code is that live viewers get it. No? Because you can't put a cheat code on Spotify. Mitch is gone. That's the way go, Mitch.
Bye, Mitch.